if it's revealed for me from my Father. I still look for things that I can show you so that you know there is an evidence and support of that. But I was there. I saw. And I urge you as a democracy in this Western Hemisphere that we are to reject the temptation of accepting any result that is announced that does not reflect the will of the people. Don't be quick to say, oh, let's just make it so that the war or crisis can start. Even if the crisis starts, we are talking about preserving democracy that we endure and last and create the kind of environment where we as a people, as a nation, as America, can be able to trust. For I've been there and I've seen the kind of corruption they have even in their judiciary. Seen there, look at cases, reviewed motions that are filed, and things where even lawyers cannot speak the truth, can swear to a lie in the court of law, and the judges will uphold it. Tell me, what kind of future do we have as a country? We're talking about partners to do business with, and we are going to entice American companies like the jet manufacturer that was just introduced in Nigeria to open up a business over there. In which court is these businesses that we are hoping that one day we will be doing business with them? One of the future democracy for us to partner, because you know there is enough competition, and now we are going to have a real competitive free market, capitalism. So if we are going to compete, do we want Americans to go there and go to their court and be asked to pay bribes that I have seen, and where lawyers can file false motions in court and lie, and it will stand because they have settled themselves? And when you put your money and the Americans' money over there, and there is a dispute or disagreement and they go to court, will you tie their hands? Because we know we have our laws, because they cannot bribe like the other people can. And how do you wish that they be able to recover any damages? You already have a case over there. Have you recovered the case? Because the moment you file your case over here, they file their own case over there in order to neutralize what you have done. We need a democracy that is absolutely the truth, that we understand the requirements and have nature and characteristics that is consistent with a true democracy, not a lie, not 419, not fraud anymore. For the sake of our national security, because we intend, I've seen there is money in Nigeria. We can make things and we can sell there. That is one of the reasons why I was there for that long. So we must, as a duty to our own country, as a champion of democracy, resist any temptation for political reason to be able to go and say and support such wickedness and evil and such undemocratic conduct and behavior that we have all observed. We all left and flew the same flight coming back, and we saw what we saw. I was there and I saw Nigerians were forced to take all their money and go and put in the bank, and then they asked to get a new money, and the same politicians took all the money by bribing the bank managers. Financial institutions took the money to go to sell. So if you put in 10,000 and then you go to get a 10,000 back, they charge you 4,000 and give you 6,000. So you lose 40% of what you have put in to impoverish the people. And you say that the United States and all the United Kingdom, the France, Germany, these great nations and democratic institutions, just look at what we have in our own country, should go and support that to continue in a country where this is a government policy. Use law and executive power and all the powers of a sovereign to steal from the people and take their money and settle other ones. I was there. They were distributing the same new money that they don't have to give to the Nigerians, and they were using the same new money. In order to get the new money, you must go get fake PVC. They were offering people 500 naira for a PVC. So one person will come with 10, 20, 30, 100 PVC and collect 500 naira. They first starved them to make them hungry. They could not be able to buy food to eat or water to drink. And then they offer them the new money in order for them to go and commit a fraud and a crime. When a country, through their policy, makes laws that forces people to sin, to live and do things that we know is not acceptable in our country. Nigerians were denied their right to vote because they did not have the money to be able to transport themselves to the polling booths. The transportation had no gas, so they increased the cost of transportation so that it is unaffordable for the people because they didn't want them to vote. They didn't want them to find the transport to buy fuel to put in their cars to go and vote. And they did everything and even sold their money and collected less to go and vote. And still, it did not count. I want you to think about that happening here in America, so that we think about what we want to bring to our country. These are the same people we want them to have a true democracy because we are taking a lot of them into our own country. Whether they come by illegal means or by legal means. We want them to have a true democracy so that when they come to our country, they will not corrupt our country. Therefore, for the sake of our national security, we must no longer endorse such